Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we are trying to do today is we are playing a deck called Ajani Tribal, and it's just as it sounds. We're playing pretty much every card that has Ajani at the beginning of it. We have Ajani's Welcome, we have Ajani's Pridemate, we have Ajani's Comrade, we have Oath of Ajani, we have Ajani's Aid, Ajani's Unyielding, Ajani, Adversary of Tyrants, Ajani's Last Stand, and Ajani Valiant Protector. And so we are playing a whole lot of cards that say Ajani on them and playing around the things that kind of work well with it. So we already know Ajani's Welcome, Leonin Vanguard, and Ajani Pridemate are just a great combo to create some really powerful stuff. Ajani's Comrade can actually be really powerful as well, especially if we're playing all of the Planeswalkers, which we are. We have, six that we can draw into throughout here. So that is the one creature that doesn't quite fit with our our cat tribal theme. So we're only playing three of, but then we have our Leonin Warleaders, Regal Caracal as a four of to kind of just play into some really good stuff here. We have a little bit of removal, Ajani's Last Stand. Hopefully we can come out and make it work. It's kind of an interesting card. So real quick, Ajani's Last Stand, what it says is whenever a creature or planeswalker you control dies, you may sacrifice Ajani's Last Stand. If you do, create a 4/4 a white avatar creature token with flying. Whenever a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard this card, if you control a planes, create a 4/4 white avatar creature with flying. So basically, we can just create a 4/4. It's a 4 mana thing that will most likely create a 4/4 in a flyer. And so it's all right. It's a roundabout way to create a 4/4 flyer. I feel like just having a 4/4 flyer is better. But why not? That's pretty fun. So anyway, pretty fun stuff here. And let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. And here we go. All right, so here we are in Arena Standard, and we are playing Ajani Tribal. Ajani Tribal. And all right, so here we are in Arena Standard, and we are playing Ajani Tribal. And oh man, if we draw into planes, I mean that's a powerful combo. But let's go ahead and mulligan this. We need to be drawing into land to actually get to our Ajanis. All right, so this isn't as bad. It's actually pretty bad. It's actually pretty bad. We have to draw land. We're gonna keep it though. So we do have planes on top. So we play Tranquil Expanse, pass the turn. And I mean, drawing into five, getting up to turn five, if we can survive that long, and just playing Regal Caracal is kind of game ending. So we're hoping for that. Annihilation module. Alrighty, so we're drawing our land. So, I mean, there's that. We'll play it past the turn. Opponent plays a swamp. And you know what? Actually, this actually might be a good time to play our Ajani's Last Stand. So we play Ajani's Last Stand, and so then if they have removal for our Regal Caracal, then we at least get a 4/4 flyer. So that's cool. Aether Poisoner. So this is like an Artificer's deck. So Death Touch, ooh, is good, but not great against three Caracals in a row. So we stayed alive. And this will get pretty insane, I do believe. And opponent's not drawing into their lands either, so we're in fairly good shape here now. If they kill our Caracal, we get to get a 4/4 flyer. The biggest blowout is just like a board wipe here, but ultimately doing pretty good. Alright, so Battle at the Bridge dies. We will take action, create a 4/4 flyer. And then next turn we play Plains. Tap down the right mana so that we have Blossoming Defense for next turn. Play Caracal, go to combat, attack in with everything. Opponent will trade with a cat. We are absolutely fine with taking Death Touch off the battlefield. And we will pass the turn. And we are hoping they don't draw into any more land. They do. Opponent plays Bantu's Last Reckoning. That is the one thing that kills us pretty bad here. So, yeah, we let that resolve. They are tap down on mana for the next turn, though. So we play Regal Caracal, tapping the right mana, just in case. So Caracal, and pass the turn. And then next turn we have Ajani's Pridemate, and we're going to put 2 counters on it right away. Not too shabby. Opponent passes it to our turn. We play a Forest. We play Pridemate. We go to combat, swing in, bring him down to 10, and I mean, if they have another Bantu's Last Reckoning, then we're in really bad shape. Put our counters onto Pridemate and pass the turn, and let's see if they have a Fatal Push. It looks like they're threatening it right now. So yeah, Fatal Push. We use Blossoming Defense. Pass the turn. So that actually makes me hope that they don't have another Bantu's Last Reckoning. Oh my goodness. Bantu's Last Reckoning. So actually this has worked out pretty well. So we get to play Ajani. We get to bring back a creature. It costs 2 or less. So we bring back the Ajani's Pridemate, pass the turn. Opponent's tapped down. We play Forest. We are going to tick up. We know that they have tons of removal, so we're actually just going to tick up on him and go ahead and use the Arch of Orazca, submit, swing in for 6, and now we have lethal next turn on board. So, I mean, we're guessing that they have more removal, because that seems to be all that they're playing in this deck. Alright, so Gifted Aetherborn, and Gifted Aetherborn number 2. Alright, so Ajani's Last Stand is actually kind of cool here. So we play Ajani's Last Stand. I mean, we're going to tick up just to make sure our guy survives here. I guess we could have ticked down and got the Pridemate back, but we're going to go to combat and swing in. They have to trade with one of them, so they die, and we will create a flyer and pass the turn, and so we are representing lethal, although they can swing in and gain 2 life. Alright, if Arasa's contempts the Avatar instead of the Ajani's, so we're actually okay with that. Alright, so Ajani Unyielding. Alright, so we play Ajani Unyielding.
A heart at peace.
We are going to go ahead and exile the Gifted Aetherborn, because our goal right now is just to keep going. We could get back our Ajani's Pridemate there, but we want to try to ultimate these Ajani Planeswalkers now. Alright, so Yahenni comes in, can kill Ajani Unyielding. That's fine. And opponent's staying in the game. This is an interesting deck that they're playing here. We probably could have or should have ticked up there instead. I don't know. Ah, man, we're just drawing all of our lands, unfortunately. So we're going to go ahead, tick down now to grab our Pridemate. We're going to leave a land in hand and pass the turn. Opponent plays Prying Blade. Interesting. Alright, so opponent swings in with Yahenni. We will absolutely block and trade here, because we can get it back with the Ajani. So we want to keep our board a little bit stronger. Alright, so opponent plays it smart, kills our stuff, puts another counter on Yahenni. And if we could just actually draw anything useful ever. Oh my goodness, we have drawn all the lands. I mean, we have drawn a lot of useful stuff, and I think that I had a couple punts here playing it a little slow. But I mean, tick up. We still have a couple of outs here, so we can draw into another Ajani Unyielding, and that kind of saves our bacon. Alright, opponent swings in, kills the Ajani. Unfortunately, that Ajani would have given us the City's Blessing. Heartless Pillage, we discard a land. Syndicate Trafficker, so they can go crazy aggressive now. We play Plains, pass the turn. We're just trying to get closer to that City's Blessing so we can actually draw for cards. We only have, I think, 3 turns now. Especially if opponent puts Prying Blade onto these creatures. That way they can put counters onto Syndicate Trafficker, Annihilation Module. We go down to 14. And yeah, they have... Let's see here. So now we can at least draw a card. And we draw land. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we will concede. We will concede all of the lands. Oh man. Alright, so here we are in Arena Standard, and we are playing Ajani Tribal, and last game, we got our opponent down to 2 life, and we thought we had it, but they just had every Bantu's Last Reckoning in the world, but this is the perfect hand, so we are definitely going to keep this. All we need is to draw into 1 more Leonin Vanguard, so we're going to go Ajani's Welcome first, just because that guarantees a counter onto Pridemate. Opponent plays a Mountain and a Lava Runner. And we play Plains into Pridemate. And now it's out of shock range and Magma Spray, which we know they're playing. Lightning Strike can still get us. So I think our best thing that we can do is draw either another Pridemate or another Leonin Vanguard here. That would just be awesome. So opponent opts, keeps it on top. Opponent goes to combat, swings in, so we know that they have a shock. We're not going to block. Our best bet is just to stay out of range for as long as possible. We play Leonin Vanguard, and we do draw into a creature, but unfortunately not the forest to go with it. Opponent shocks the Leonin Vanguard right away, but we still get a counter onto Pridemate for entering. We swing in for 4, bringing opponent down to 16 and pass the turn. Opponent plays an island and an Adeliz. Alright, so now we are in trouble. Oh man, now we draw the extra Leonin Vanguard. I mean, we're going to play what we can. So do we stay blocking or do we go attacking? I think that we just plan on chump blocking with the Leonin Vanguard. I'd rather keep the clock going with this Pridemate. Opponent plays an island, and if we can get to the point where we're just gaining more life, that would be really awesome. Opponent plays Warlord's Fury. Creatures have first strike. They draw a card. They opt. So we were playing Cinder Wizards not too long ago, and I didn't include the Warlord's Fury. I do like it, just because you're drawing more cards. So they can hit us down to 10 here. They might have another thing. I mean, if we have another Ajani's Pridemate, this isn't as good. We're going to say no blockers. And kind of save up blockers for next turn. Another, man, we really need green mana here. Alright, so it plays Merfolk Trickster. Taps down the Pridemate. We say no attackers then. And opponent might have us here. If they have another Trickster for the next turn, I just don't think there's any way we can come back. Even the Adeliz can do enough damage if they have Wizard's Lightnings. Opponent swings in. We will block. Have to block just in case of something better, but yeah, Pyromancer comes down, and unless we draw into another Pridemate here, Alright, even still. Oh man, Ajani. Let's see, that gains us enough life to have a shot.
To fight by your side.
Man, So unfortunately, we are dead here. So we are going to concede. And yeah, opponent just had enough creatures and everything there. That was well played, well played. We just didn't draw into our green mana early enough there. All right, so here we are in Arena Standard playing Ajani Tribal, and oh man, we've been having close calls with this deck. Like we're doing all right, but opponents are just doing exactly what they want to, which I mean is always bad. I mean, I guess we'll keep this. Ajani's Welcome isn't bad. We're gonna go ahead and play Tranquil Expanse first, though. This might be the Turbo Fog deck, or Phantoms, Bant Phantoms. So we play Plains, and we are going to go ahead and play Ajani's Comrade, and pass the turn. And let's see how the spirits do. Exclusion Mage, interesting. What is this deck? This is really interesting. All right, so we're going to play Ajani's Welcome. We're going to play Ajani's Pridemate. And, I mean, Exclusion Mages hurt Ajani's Pridemate, but they already have one down, so we're at least in okay shape. We're looking for land for the Regal Caracal. Merfolk, what is this deck? Is this just like... I have no idea what they're trying to do with this. Okay. We will... Okay, we're going to play Ajani's Comrade. Gain some life to put a counter onto the Pridemate here. And we say no attackers. We're fine holding back here for a little bit. Exclusion Mage is going to bounce the Pridemate. That's fine. They swing in. And I mean, we're going to kill an Exclusion Mage. I don't want them to be able to bounce it back. We're going to play Arch of Orazca. We will play... Let's see, do we put Pridemate down first to get more value out of the Regal Caracal? Or do we play Caracal so that we have blockers? I think that we go ahead and play Caracal here. Because if they're trying to bounce and stuff, it's actually better for us to... for them to bounce the Caracal. I mean, we are absolutely fine with that. We will play it over and over again. Okay, Vizier of Many Faces comes in and copies the Caracal. Alright, that's cool. That's cool. We get a Plains. Alright, so we're going to go Plains. We're going to play Ajani's Pridemate. Take action. And we're going to play Ajani's Last Stand. And swing in with the 2 cats to gain some life. And to create a 4/4 flyer. Alright, so we gain life. We create a 4/4 flyer. We gain more life. Alright, and so now our Ajani's Primate's a 7/7. We're hoping... They've already played 2 Exclusion Mages. If they draw another one, good job, opponent. Oath of Ajani is actually pretty powerful here. We have Ajani's Aid, which helps us go find a Planeswalker. Oh man. Another Vizier is very good for the opponent. We're going to play Plains. We're going to play... Let's go ahead and play Ajani's Aid. Go searching for our Ajani. Honestly, I haven't even read through everything that this Ajani does. I just know that it's not as good as the other ones, but I mean, he does some pretty fun stuff. Anyway, we're going to go to combat, and we will attack in with our flyer. Creating a clock here. Opponent, of course, can gain life back pretty much anytime they want to. And we will pass the turn. So we can stop damage from any creature that we want to. And, ooh, Helm of the Host. Helm of the Host on the cat is so powerful. That was actually like my third or fourth deck I ever put up on here. So Helm of the Host on Regal Caracal is so powerful. Or an Exclusion Mage. So past to my turn. Blue-green Helm of the Host. This actually kind of looks fun. Alright, we're going to go ahead and play Leonin Warleader. I think that ultimately is going to help us out. Although I'm not sure that there's really any way to win from here. We're going to play Oath of Ajani next. Put counters on all of our stuff. We can prevent combat damage from a creature that blocks the Leonin Warleader. We're going to go to combat, attack in. And I think what we do is, oh man, they have all of these. I don't think there's really a way out of this for us now. Oh no. Helm of the Host for the win. Opponent blocks with the Supreme Phantom. That's fine. We pass the turn. And, I mean, we can make our Ajani's Pridemate massive. And the nice thing about that is that he's gaining us life. So, we're actually... Alright, so Helm of the Host on the Exclusion Mage. That is bad for us. I think it's smarter to still go on to the cat, but they can bounce our Ajani's Pridemate. Alright, they're going to bounce the Spirit. That also makes sense. Alright, so it goes to our turn. We get to play Sheffet Dunes. We play Ajani. We're going to go looking for creatures. We get a Regal Caracal. And so, I mean... Let's go ahead and go to combat, attack. We're going to have to try to force the issue a little bit here. So, attack in. We're hoping to kill their Caracals or their cats as best we can before they start putting stuff on them. So, we're going to take action. We're gaining life. Go to blockers, and now whichever way they block, we can use this Ajani's Aid to kind of help us out a little bit here. Alright, so we order up our blocks here, and now we can stop. We can either save the Warleader or we can save the Pridemate. But with this on Exclusion Mage, I'm actually less worried about saving the Pridemate, I think. So let's go ahead and Ajani's Aid and choose a creature that we don't want them to keep. We're already killing the Vizier, which actually can come back. Oh man, I forget the Viziers can come back. So powerful. So yeah, let's just keep the Warleader. I think that ultimately that's going to be better for us with the Caracals coming out. So we go up to 51, they go up to 31. All of the triggers don't matter. Man, Helm of the Host, man. Helm of the Host for the win. This is so powerful. Mirror Image comes down as a Regal Caracal, and man, Helm of the Host with Viziers and Mirror Images that's just really powerful. Opponent bounces the Leonin Warleader. This deck is so funky. I guess the cool thing is that if you put Helm of the Host on any one of your lords and they just keep getting bigger and bigger, like it kind of goes for forever. So maybe that's all they're trying to do is just like play a bunch of lords, play a bunch of like mirror image things so they can like double up on all the lords. I mean, it's kind of fun. We're going to tick up to try to find a creature. We will play that. That's fine. Leonin Vanguard. We're going to play our Caracals. And I think... I mean, this game is going to go super long. So no attackers. But all they have to do is put Helm of the Host onto a Caracal. And we just can't keep up with that. Like, there's no way we can keep up with that. Exclusion Mage also bounces all of our stuff back, but I mean, if they're bouncing... Yeah, so Vizier comes in for a Caracal. They can put Helm of the Host onto a Caracal. Like, there's just no way that we can really come back from this. So we're going to go ahead and scoop this up now because opponent has us. Helm of the Host in for the win. And I think I have to build that deck that opponent had. That just looks super fun. All right, so there you guys have it with Ajani's Tribal. And um, I didn't end up getting any wins there, but I feel like we did everything we were trying to do with the deck. You know, like we played well. Like we played powerful cards. We got some stuff out. I mean, we didn't draw into the best stuff on that game too, but opponents were just kind of beating us out there, and that is the issue with some of these Ajanis. I don't think Ajani Tribal is fantastic in Standard because although these are pretty good, it is better just to go Cat Tribal. You know, like I think just bring in Pride Sovereigns is going to be better. But yeah, super fun deck. I think that it can definitely win some games. Like if we had drawn into our Settle the Wreckage, I guess we probably could have won that out there. We could have cast out a Helm of the Host, but probably should be playing more of that kind of stuff. Anyway, fun deck. I'm glad you guys were here. Leave a like if you liked the video, and put a comment down below, maybe some things you would change up with the deck. Let me know if I was missing any Johnny cards, because I mean, we have to play all of them. But anyway, thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next time, and bye-bye.